Hi, what does a cake have to do with jazz piano? And how can you make one single note into 5 different chords? And what do you need to practice to apply them on demand? Make sure that you stay until the end to find out. It's going to be very useful, so let's get right into it right now. So the thing I will show you now is going to be highly effective, highly useful once you learn to apply it into your playing. Why is it useful? Well, it's to understand harmony better, and it's all about seeing the connections. And once you see the connections, it's a lot easier to work on improvisation and arranging the tunes. And we will do that in the next video, where I'm going to speak about all the 13 things you are, because we're going to apply the principles of minor 13 voicings from this video to the next one. So if you want to get the most out of this training, what you should do is to learn and practice what you learned today, right? And then work on applying the principles in the next video. Darn That Dream. That's a typical jazz standard, and let me play for you now, where I play the first part where I don't apply the principles, and the second part where I play the principles that I'm going to show you in this lesson. So, as you can tell, the second time I played Darn That Dream, I played using a lot of 13 voicings, or minor 13 voicings. What is a minor 13 voicing? And I have said that before, but let's repeat. If you play on every other key, starting from D, there you have a D minor 13 voicing, right? And also see this video I made in the past. This is about minor 13 voicings. I made that for you a long time ago, so you can check that out, where I explain this in great detail. And what is important about all of this is that I suggest that you practice the chords so well that you don't even have to think about it. So once you hear the sound in your head, your fingers know exactly what to do to make that sound anywhere. So my method for practicing these chords is something I explained in my 3 past videos, where I spoke about around midnight, but let's just repeat briefly. That is to practice the voicing up and down chromatically, up and down, and then you practice through the whole tone steps, and you have to start also from D flat here, up and down, and then you practice through the circle of fifths. Once you've done this for some time, it's very, very easy to find these chords anywhere, and once you hear them in your head, you're always ready to apply them anywhere. But now let's speak about chord relationships and variations, and simplified, what is a chord versus a voicing. And my way of thinking is that we only play 3 types of chords. When we play jazz piano, there are only 3 types of chords. You have the major 7, and then you have, of course, the minor 7, and of course, the dominant 7. Those 3 types of chords are all we do. This is a simplification, but basically that's it. So, voicing is all about which notes you include and where you play them. Because if you play C7, you can play that many, many places. And that's voicing in a nutshell, right? So you can play various voicings to all of the various chords. And one more thing, this is my term, this is called chord phrasing. That is how you play your voicings, right? The question is, are you playing all of the chords simultaneously or not? Or how loud or how soft are you playing, and so on and so forth. That is chord phrasing. It's about voicings, and voicings is about how you play the chords. Another important thing about the voicings and chords is that they all has its own characteristic sound. So ideally, if you want to become a free jazz pianist to be able to play anything you want, you should study the various voicings in depth. But now, let's speak about the concept for today, and this is what I call the jazz harmony cake. So you have 3 different layers. You have the bottom of the cake, you have the middle, and then you have the top. So, for example, a C7, the first layer is C, E, G, and B flat, right? And then the second layer is 9, 11, and 13. And then the third layer is where you have various alterations, for example, a flat 9, sharp 9, or a flat 5, or sharp 5, or sharp 11, or flat 13. So that's the third layer, right? And for today, we're going to focus on minor chords and study the second layer only, because once you play a minor chord, for example, a C minor 7, it's usually only with the first and second layer. So the first layer is C, E flat, G, and B flat. Second layer is 9, 11, and 13. So what we will do is that we're going to think of one note and find all of the minor chords where that note is the top note. I'm going to say that one more time. We're going to think of one note, for example, A, and find all of the minor chords where this note is the top note. And it's also going to be from the second layer, right? So the A now, if that was the case, is also going to be notes from the second layer. So the first one becomes a G minor 9, A at the top. Second is going to be an E minor 11, A still at the top. Third is going to be a C minor 13 with A at the top. So then the question becomes how to find this. It's fairly easy to do. You only need to remember some rules and how to find the minor 11 sound. You find the minor third step first. So now you're going to play 3 notes with your right hand, 3 notes with your left hand, and start with the minor third interval, and then major third interval, and minor third interval, and so on and so forth. So it's going to be in every other interval, it's going to be a minor third step, and every other interval is going to be a major third step. For example, the top note, let's do C. This is the melody note. Now you go down a minor third step, and then you go down from here to here. That's a major third step, right? And then minor third step. And then it's going to be a major third step and a minor third step, right? 3 notes with your left hand, 3 notes with your right hand. This is the G minor 11. Again, the C was at the top, and then you find the chord underneath. All right, let me show you one more. And now let's speak about how to find the minor 9 and minor 13 sound. And for this, you are reversing. So you start with a major third step, but it's going to be in every other key as well. If you want to find the related minor 9 chord, all you need to do is to play 3 notes with your right hand, or you can play 2 notes and then 2 notes or 3 notes with your left hand. Start with a major third and then minor third and major third and so on and so forth. So let's do that one more time. So you now play the top note. Now you go down a major third step, and then you play a minor third step and a major third step and a minor third step, right? So now I play 2 notes with my left hand like this, or I could do the opposite. I could do like this. That's up to you. The cool thing is, if you want to find the 13 with 13 as the top note, now it's going to be the same as for 9, but with 2 more notes using the same patterns. So let me repeat the 9. It's down a major third, minor third, major third, minor third, right? So this is now a B flat minor 9. If you want to continue, now you need to go down a major third step and then a minor third step. So now you have E flat minor 13. So that's how to find the minor 13 voicing, and it's related to the minor 9 because you only need to continue 2 steps. This is the minor 9, continuing 2 steps, same principle. So major third interval from here to here, and minor third interval from here to here. Then you have the minor 13 voicing. But there are 2 more voicings I would like to show you, and the first one is where you play a minor 13 voicing where you double the root note, so you play the root note twice. If you want to find the related 13 voicing with doubling, you have play now 4 notes with your right hand, 4 notes with your left hand. So play the melody note or the top note, and then minor third step, major third step, minor third step, major third step, minor third step, major third step, and minor third step. So now you have a big chord like this. The last voicing I'll show you is where you play the minor 13 voicing, where you play the 9th twice. So you play first perfect 4th and then a 13 voicing underneath. Also this time it's going to be 4 notes with your right hand, 4 notes with your left hand. So you play the melody notes and then you play the perfect 4th and then major 3rd and so on and so forth. So let's do that. So this one, down a perfect 4th and then the major 3rd step, minor 3rd step, major 3rd step, minor 3rd step, major 3rd step, minor 3rd step. So this chord is B flat minor 13 with 9 as a doubling. So to repeat, we have now 5 different chords. We have 13 at the top. So the 13 at the top is this one. Still, C is the top, right? Then we have minor 13 with doubling root at the top. This one. Okay, so now we have 2. This one and this one. C is at the top all the time, and that is what you have to pay attention to, right? When you do this. And then you just expand your repertoire of playing with C at the top. This case is going to be B flat minor 13 with C at the top. So now we have 3. And then we have B flat minor 9. And lastly, we have G minor 11. So one more time, we have E flat minor 13, C at the top. We have C minor 13 with C at the top. And then we have B flat minor 13 with C at the top. And we have B flat minor 9 with C at the top. And then we have G minor 11 with C at the top. So once you play between these for some time, it starts to feel known, almost like a family. I have made an exercise or challenge or tune for you, and that is an 8-bar tune. This is called 13 Minors in the Mirror. So you can download that if you're interested. And the first 4 bars, let me walk you through that. It's just playing between C minor 13 and B flat minor 13. That's the first 4 bars. Very simple, very easy. But then the next one is a little bit more tricky because now there are more chords. Next one is like this. E flat minor 13 and G minor 13 and B flat minor 9 to E flat minor 13 again. And notice that C is at the top all the time, and then you can guess what's coming next, right? The next thing is to transpose it up 1 step. So then you should play that from D flat minor 13. So those were the chords, and I have also made a play-along track. That's it for now. If you feel overwhelmed by this, you should know that it's entirely normal. There is a lot of information in this short little video, and remember, this lesson was about teaching you how to find these chords, and once you know them, you can insert them so many places. And once you do that, the number of harmonic choices and control over the harmony will explode. At least that's what it did for me once I started taking this seriously. In the next lesson, we will apply these principles to the jazz standard All the Things You Are. So to get the most out of this, you can start by learning the voicing and working on how to find them. You can download the PDF file of the tune playing in the background. The link is down below. And if you are one of my jazz piano students or jazz piano supporters, you can get the full play-along track. And one last thing. If you want to work with me directly or through the Jazz Piano Step-by-Step course, check out the link in the description. So that's it for now, and if you enjoyed this, please hit like, subscribe, and hit the bell button to be notified about my next video. So until then, take care of your music, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.